Look how pretty this place is.
What? Which one?
Oh, no, I'm just saying to them. Melissa's like, where's the beauty? Where is it? So we are here at the ARCHBOLD Biological Station. This is apparently a one-of-a-kind experience. There's nothing else in Florida like this. This place is very, very special. It's an independent, not-for-profit biological field station established in 1941. Hi, Laura. Hi, Darla. Hi, guys. Welcome to today's beach report, where we are actually kind of, hi.
Yes, get the word about ARCHBOLD out there.
Do you work here? We'll say hello to everybody.
Hello.
We're on YouTube today.
Hello, YouTube. Hello,
And
YouTube
look,
Live.
and so we have a guide like all of a sudden just popping up. Perfect timing.
hello.
So you work here?
I do. My name is Stephanie. I'm the
Hi,
education
Stephanie.
intern. And I work here at ARCHBOLD. I love it here. It's so fun. Who are you? Do you want to plug your...
Absolutely. So, well, these guys know. This is the Beach Report.
Awesome.
I'm Jill Cohen.
Cool.
And we travel all throughout Florida and show everybody that Florida is so much more than just beaches.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
So Stephanie, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so how long have you been working here?
I've been working here for only 4 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're an intern, so you're going to
ma'am.
become a biologist? Is that your goal?
I'm an environmental educator.
Okay. Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah. So I do educate about biology, environmental science, sustainability, conservation, that kind of thing.
Okay. And were you raised in Florida?
Yes, ma'am. Born and raised.
Oh, wow. Is
Yeah.
this your stomping grounds? Do you know a lot about this area, or are you a beach baby?
My stomping grounds is Orlando, but I've been here for a while, so I do know quite a good amount of here. And then this weekend we went to Everglades. So it's all up and down
interesting.
Florida. Yeah.
Did you enjoy the Everglades?
I love the Everglades. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
And
definitely a much different environment, and everything than here to there is two different worlds.
we might think of it as two different worlds because they seem different, but they're all interconnected. ARCHBOLD is the headwaters of the Everglades.
Tell us more about that.
Yeah.
I don't see any water, Stephanie.
Yeah, well, the water's all connected. It moves through the landscape.
Right.
And it
River of grass.
River of grass, and
Yeah.
it starts here and it picks up everything that it runs into from here into Lake Okeechobee and then into the Everglades. Yeah, so
That's why this is one of the most important areas to the entire ecosystem of the Everglades, because the Everglades don't start down there, they start up here.
yeah, it's all connected in a
Yeah.
really beautiful way.
So true, so
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
And what do you want people to know about this area? If you could say anything, here's your chance. The whole world's watching.
Hello. The thing that I think is so important about ARCHBOLD is we take our learners up to that building over there. So if you want to get a really good view,
That's what I said to Melissa. Let's go check out that view.
yeah. There's a staircase on the front of that building that you can go up and get a view out of just acres and acres of scrub. And we tell the learners that it's like a time machine to be able to see Florida back then.
Cool.
Because there's so much contiguous habitat that we conserve here. Florida scrub is a habitat that's found here and only here, nowhere else in the world, because it's on top of these ancient sand dunes. They used to be islands when the ocean was much higher.
And the ocean was in this area, right?
Yeah, the ocean,
like
the
this
beach.
this was the beach.
This was the beach, yeah.
See?
And it was the beach, and now it's this really cool, unique habitat with plants and animals found here and nowhere else in the whole wide world. This county has more rare and endangered plants than anywhere else in southeastern America. It's a huge hot spot for it. And some of our microhabitats in here, like the scrub pine forest, is down to 3% of its historic range. So in an area that there might used to be 100 pine trees, there's only 3.
That's insane.
The scrub jay population, scrub jays are a bird it's the only bird found in Florida and nowhere else in the world. So people come from all over the world to ARCHBOLD to see the Florida scrub jay.
Would that be the scrub jay?
That is the scrub jay.
Let's show you what the scrub jay looks like.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they're down to 5% of their historic
they're
population.
so
The males are
cute.
so pretty.
And that's a female, so
And they're
that's not
very,
even a pretty
very
one.
Pretty.
Yeah.
They're very friendly.
Yeah, they're really socialized
Social.
here. We've been you can see on this picture they have little bracelets on their ankles, and our
Oh,
scientists
right.
have been putting those bracelets on and studying every single scrub jay on our population since
Wow.
69. So we have decades of population research on them. So they're really social. Our scientists will come out and they'll land on our scientists' heads sometimes.
Aw.
They're real cutie pies.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
So people should come out here and check this out. You'll learn so much about things
Yeah.
that you would not find anywhere else in the world.
yeah, ARCHBOLD is open to the public. It's totally free. There's, these parking spots right here. Your car could be in that parking spot.
I love it.
You pay $0. We do public events on the weekends, and those are on our website, archbold.org. This month we had a public event like every single weekend in February, and most of those are also entirely free. And then we're also open to the public like during the daytime. We have a gate that closes, but you can get in, and you'll be able to get out.
She'll
You'll never
tell you
get
how to
locked
break
out.
into the gate if you need.
Yeah. It's great stuff. It's great stuff.
It really is.
We do public events. It's open to the public. We do school field trips. We'll do
I
homeschool
love
groups.
that. I love that.
Yeah.
So if you have kids, I always talk about taking your kids to the beach. Well, this is taking your kids to the beach times 1,000.
We also have summer camp.
Summer
To
camp.
interject, summer camp
Love.
registration
Yes, please.
opened this morning, and we
Oh,
already have like 30
registration.
people. Summer camp. It's on my shirt.
Oh, wow. Yes, and
yeah.
let me show everyone. She is. Oh wait, sorry guys. So
ARCHBOLD summer camp.
Stephanie's
Archbold.
advertising summer camp at Archibald right now. How many spots are there? It sounds like it's a premium.
I don't know how many spots we have in total. I just know that we have 30 spots filled already, and registration opened this morning.
Oh wow.
So people love it. People
I'm
want to
sure.
do it.
I'm sure. Have you ever seen any bears around here?
I have not seen bears. My bosses have seen bears, and if you guys want to see a taxidermy bear, there's a taxidermy
There's a bear we
in
can
there.
see.
Yeah.
And it won't bother us at
No,
all. It'll be
yeah.
a very safe experience.
Yeah. But here we have bears, we have Florida panthers, we have bobcats, we have the Florida scrub
Gators?
jay, we have a gator named Charlie that lives in the
Charlie.
retention pond.
Oh, we got to go
Yeah.
see Charlie.
Yeah.
That's
I hope
very
you
cool.
can.
Yeah,
Cool.
absolutely.
Well, thank you so much for getting the ARCHBOLD word out there.
Absolutely. Thank you,
Yes.
Stephanie, for being at the right place at the right time.
Yes,
You've been
yes,
a
yes.
wonderful hostess.
Thank you so
thank
much.
you.
Yeah.
And I am looking forward to maybe coming out for some of those events because
Yes.
that sounds like a thing to do.
All kinds of stuff,
On the
like
beach
every
resort.
weekend.
Every weekend.
Yeah.
Well, especially now it's season and it's probably hard to get the word out when you have to compete with beaches all the time, right?
A little bit,
Yeah.
yeah. We think
All right.
everybody can see everything.
Yeah. No, it's fantastic. All right. Well, we're getting the word out right now. So tell all your friends if you're going to Florida. This is only like an hour and a half away from either coast.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
No reason not to do it. And it's so beautiful. Such a great country.
Have a great
All right.
day.
Thank you,
Bye.
Stephanie. Well, that was fortuitous. All right. So we're going to walk around here. I've got Melissa with me. And I'll show you guys some of the things that they've got. A lot of educational information. So this is a harsh environment full of intriguing vistas and hidden beauty. Would you say it's really a harsh environment?
No.
I
It
wouldn't
is, but
either.
it's thorny.
It's thorny, yeah.
My property is the same thing.
Yeah.
It is this same scrubland.
Yeah, it's scrubland. But it's so interesting. All right, what do we want to do first?
Okay, so we're gonna go up here to the expedition and what they kind of do and what this learning center.
Yeah,
is all
we're gonna
about.
get a little lay of the
There's the
land
map.
here. Okay, here's a map. Oh, we only have one bar, you guys. Let me know. We got two now. That's good. So this is it. It is, how many acres is this? A lot. Let's just say it's a lot. That's actually not that big.
Yes and no.
You can have picnics here, self-guided trails open during daylight. No pets allowed, sensible shoes. Trail map, trail guides. Oh, there's the famous birds. The scrub jay.
There's a better picture of them.
Okay. Oh, so those would be the males.
Those are the scrub jays.
Those are the
The
scrub
males are
jays.
usually bright blue and black. And we know all about that.
Yes.
Those
Oh, there's a picture of a burrowing owls.
frogs.
I know, I was telling my daughter about the owls that live under the ground. Did you guys know that owls live under the ground? I never knew that until I moved to Florida. Oh, and the special frogs.
That's
Oh.
the size of the bear.
Here's the bear. Okay, don't say Jill didn't show you a real bear. It's a real bear, it's just not alive. It's a taxidermy bear. He's not that big, but I wouldn't want to meet him out on a trail.
Oh, yeah, this is what would be in the scrub.
And they wear collars. Yeah. Okay, and we really don't want to meet this guy out on the,
It's a black.
oh, he's just a black snake. You sound like Ray.
They
It
go
won't hurt you.
These are.
Here, we got some jays.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're bigger than I thought.
They are. They're just a little bit smaller. Okay, now I have a really big Eastern indigo at my house, but I don't know where he is.
Oh, no, that sounds like a bad situation.
No, he's a good boy.
Okay.
They're
He's good.
endangered also.
Well, maybe he'll eat the mice.
Sometimes.
This place is amazing. It's like if you don't see these animals, you see them here. That's helpful. And you know what to look for.
Okay. So.
No, this is the ridge that we were talking about. So this is the Florida Ridge. Florida's Lake Wales Ridge is a key to the protected lands. But you didn't know there was an actual mountain range in Florida. And some of the towns that are on this range, so Lake Placid, where I just was, part of it, Sebring, Avon Park, Lake Wales.
Right here is where we just did our live.
Okay, that's where we
All the way
just
down
were.
here at the
The
very end.
end of the ridge.
Just like that.
Interesting. It looks almost like you could
It
feel
does,
this.
it's pretty 3D.
Yeah, it is, it really looks
You
3D.
can see all the lakes.
Yeah, yes,
That's
and
where the
right.
lime rock has eroded and caused all these lakes.
Okay. So cool, look, lakes everywhere.
And that's why it's the head of the Everglades, like she was saying.
Oh, right, because the
it'll
water
come
comes
through
down.
into Fish Eating Creek, and Fish Eating Creek
Fish Eating Creek.
goes into
Into the.
Lake Okeechobee.
Lake Okeechobee, right. Amazing, look how big that lake, it's Toboga. How the heck do you say that? That's crazy.
That's the
And
one
Lake
in-
Kissimmee's really big.
Oh, yeah, that's all the way,
Yeah.
that goes all the way up
To
to
Orlando.
Claremont, that's I-4, right here.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So it goes
And that's Orlando up
another-
there.
It
You
goes
never
up
get to see Florida
Apopka.
looking like this. Here, to put it in perspective, here's the state of Florida. And we are literally right there at the very edge. How cool is that? The Lake Wales Ridge, oldest of Central Florida's relict beach dune ridges, runs across the spine of peninsular Florida for 116 miles from just south of Lake Harris in Lake County to the Highlands Glades County line. Fascinating.
Florida's venomous snakes.
Oh, we love the venomous
And we're
snakes.
gonna have, it has a little booklet,
Here you can learn all about the snakes.
shows all of them.
Oh,
Cottonmouth, copperhead,
wow. We could do a whole tutorial
rattlesnake,
on snakes.
timber rattlesnake, pygmy rattlesnake, and coral snake.
And they all live here.
In South Florida,
South Florida.
this is Florida.
Oh.
But in South Florida, we have coral snakes, we have rattlesnakes, we have pygmy rattlesnakes, and we have cottonmouths.
Yeah, always watch your step in Florida. And also watch the trees. Snakes are in the trees too. This is interesting. This is a cross-section of a South Florida slash pine that started growing in 1941, the year that this station was founded. False rings. Interesting. Within the annual growth rings, the broad, light, dark bands that are spring, summer, fall, and winter growth. You'll see smaller, thinner false rings. They represent changes in growth of the tree within a year, likely due to droughts. So interesting. You know, as a kid, they always said you could tell how old a tree was by its rings.
Well, you can, and some years. like
This was
a
68 years
this was-
old.
See this, how wide this one is?
Yeah,
That is a really, lot of rain, it got a lot of what
a
it
lot
needed.
of growth,
The
yeah.
little skinny ones, those are drought years.
Wow. A lot of
Drought,
drought, a lot of drought.
And that's a boar beetle hole.
Maybe more drought than not. I don't know. 68-year-old tree. It grew faster during the decades when rainfall was higher. Huh. This tree suffered a significant injury on this side in 1953. It might have been hit by a vehicle because it grew close to the road, but it repaired the damage. Interesting, but it made it vulnerable to repeated insect
you see
attacks
the
and
crack
and
that
fire
goes through there.
scars. That's so crazy.
Somewhere around right in here. it got
Yeah,
hit.
it was this tree, felled in 2009. Wow. Fire scars, so cool. Oh, there's the panther. Yeah, everybody knows about Ray's panther.
And then we have, these are things, rocks and so forth that grow in Florida. We do have crystals. They're not easy to find, but we do have crystals.
Sure do. Agatized coral. Wow. And these all came from here, like?
I would say
it was
somewhere
the
around this
beach.
area.
Yeah. So beautiful. Petrified wood. Who doesn't love that? And that sure looks like coral.
It is. That would be like brain.
Amazing. Bobcat. There's bobcats all over Florida. So what a wonderful classroom. I could so see.
Cool and breezy.
Yeah, this is like perfect. This is summer camp. I love it. All right, should we go outside?
Yeah, we can go and we'll hit that.
Yeah, let's go hit the trail.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and,
Oh.
remember why I was talking about
Oh, yeah.
elevation?
Yeah, elevation, yeah.
So at 138.4 feet, you have, you're here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well-drained sandy soil. 136, you get grasses. Then you go into the daisies a little bit lower, and then you get that, just like the ferns that you see over there on the ground and the little baby slash pines. They're coming up.
Wow. Every plan has its place. God is such an amazing architect. Can you even think of, like, how do you think of all this? symbiotic nature coming together to make this amazing ecosystem.
Okay,
Ooh.
there's water,
Is that where Charlie maybe lives?
maybe.
We're looking for the alligator, Charlie. You guys know I love the gators. I love them. With any luck, Charlie will show himself. I love that we know his name. That's even better, because the gator you know is better than the gator you don't, I'm thinking. Do you ever see gators on your property?
No.
No. No, she's
Oh, the
like,
water.
she's like, there's no water. That's what Ray always said.
That's what the
If there's water, there's gators.
bob white quail, plant hoppers, Florida mouse, and the downy woodpecker. They all eat the palmetto berries. That's why they have all these laws now about how you harvest palmetto berries.
Oh, so you're not? Are you allowed to harvest
Conch
palmetto
shell out in
berries?
the middle,
Oh, yeah,
of the state
yeah.
of Florida. It just tells
Conch
you we
shell.
were at the beach.
We were at the beach. It's the beach. And I'll tell you guys, if there's ever a big flood coming, I'm coming to Melissa's house. So I'll stay at the beach, so don't worry. We'll be the beach report. This looks gross.
It is a type of milkweed,
Wow.
but is not something you want to get
No.
touched. That's why they have it cut away from
Yeah.
from the
don't,
walkway.
Don't.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Steph's boss.
Oh, hi.
Hey, welcome.
Look, we have another guide.
Hi,
Woo
I'm
woo.
Dustin.
Hi, Dustin. Dustin or Justin?
Dustin.
Dustin. Nice to meet you, Dustin.
Hello, welcome.
Here, come say hello. So you're the director? What's
I'm director of education.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but I thought
cool.
I could maybe answer questions, or if you want me to like walk you out a little
Yes,
bit.
walk us out. Tell us stuff. Point
How
it out.
long do you normally do this things for?
As long as I've got juice on my phone. Let's go. Let's go, Dustin. Tell us what we want to look for.
Yeah, so let's see. So you looked at some stuff inside.
Yep. Yeah, we got a little
Okay.
primer going on, but we just came outside, so now it's your turn to take
Cool.
over.
Could we go around?
Yes, we're
that
following
way?
you
Okay.
now. I was just looking for Charlie.
So for Charlie, the gator,
Yeah, the gator.
We didn't see him earlier.
Oh.
Well,
But
it's been a
this
little
little
chilly.
bridge you just went over here, this ditch was made in the 1930s because I don't know if are your watchers mostly from Florida?
No,
Are they
they're from all over the world.
oh my
the
gosh.
Entire world.
Okay, so this part of Florida is in the headwaters of the Florida Everglades.
Yeah.
And people generally think of the headwaters of the Everglades as just this, or they think of the Everglades as just the south, very south part of Florida.
Right.
But this is where all the water comes from.
It's amazing. Yeah.
So what that means though is it can flood really easily
Oh,
too.
oh, that's what that
So-
means. Okay.
So when
not
you
so
drive
great.
around here, you'll see ditches everywhere.
Oh, okay.
And we're a national historic site. So we were built in the 1930s, and that's when they put this ditch in here.
Oh,
too.
okay. So the ditches are to catch the water as it floods.
Yeah, but we
Okay.
added a little extra part over there, and that's where Charlie the alligator
Oh,
lives.
okay. All right. That's Charlie's habitat. All right.
Baby turtle.
Oh.
Ooh, got somebody
You got
living in
some
there.
Babies. There's 3 or 4.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, whenever I see something like that, I never know like quite what
Little
what's
holes.
going to be.
Well,
can
Melissa's
put-
very knowledgeable too, so
Cool.
we're yeah.
Okay, so you're Melissa, and then it's Jen.
Jill.
Jill. Sorry.
It's funny. My daughter's name is Jen.
I've
so you're
been in
close.
Florida for 50 years. So.
Perfect. Oh, there you go. Okay, well, I've been here for 12, so you got me beat there.
And I grew up with a lot of naturalists and conservationists. And actually, her husband, her ex-husband, or I said,
Not
your
ex.
deceased husband,
My husband.
your husband,
Yeah.
was one of my best friends. And he did a lot of conservation down in the Everglades.
It's like we're with Ray right now. So
It is
this is a Ray show, by the way. And Ray made sure that I would come to this area. Like he orchestrates stuff. You guys don't know. But Melissa and I feel very manipulated constantly in a good way. In a good way. We like it. It's fine. It's yeah. Okay. Okay, so we're following a new trail.
students. We
Okay.
just had a 4th grade class here today. We have some middle schoolers here as well.
Field trip season.
Yes, it is field trip season.
And our summer camp registration went live.
Yeah, we heard, and you've already got 30 campers ready to go.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
It is. It's a little scary. It's a lot all at once. I'm going to have to watch it tonight.
Yeah.
And watch the numbers because I have to hit stop when it,
Oh,
when it
gosh.
gets to a certain
Okay,
number, or
yeah.
we end up having like too many kids.
Right. That would be a little overwhelming.
But where we're about to walk out here and what we're looking at in front of us is one of the rarest habitats in North America.
Love it.
This is the Florida scrub. And that's a terrible name for a
It is.
special
It
place.
doesn't sound great.
Because people didn't value it, right? They
Cardinals.
didn't.
Cardinals.
Cardinals. They didn't value it, and most of it's gone now. That's why it's endangered. There's only about
Yeah.
15% of it left.
That's terrible.
Can you see when you look out that way? Like, I don't know if your camera.
Oh,
will
it
pick
looks
up.
like there was a burn here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah. This
So-
was a prescribed burn, right?
Yes. Florida is the lightning strike capital in all of
Mm.
North America. And because of that, the plants and the animals actually thrive with fire.
Right. Some plants, I understand, won't even bloom unless they have been exposed
Like
to fire.
some pine cones won't open
Yeah.
without fire.
Right.
Some of the rare plants, if we're going to grow them here, we actually have to put smoke on the seeds.
Wow. That's interesting.
So this was an area that had been a long time since it burned, so it was really fun to watch when
Yeah,
when
I'll
they did it.
bet. I want to see that sometime. I'm gonna keep a close.
You've probably seen a few of those.
Yeah,
I
I'm
just
gonna
live
keep a
over
close eye on these guys.
So we have when we do a fire like that, we have maybe 10 people or more.
Yeah.
All in special gear.
Right.
You have to get a prescription from the state the day
Oh.
you're doing it. That's why they call
wow.
it a prescribed
because
fire.
it actually is a prescription. Oh my gosh.
Because if there's too much wind, like there's all these conditions that you have to meet. For us, we're very lucky because we're in a rural area.
Yeah.
And we have neighbors like citrus growers.
Right.
Those are great neighbors
Because
if
they
you're
know.
managing.
Right, and they know what you're doing.
Yeah,
and
they
they'll-
don't
yeah.
mind some smoke.
And they're not. Oh, right.
But if you are in an area that's next to a big highway and a bunch of houses, it's very difficult to actually get to be able to do a burn. You can only burn when the wind is going to take the smoke away from the house.
Right. That makes sense.
So this is our trail here. This is called the Explorers Loop.
We are explorers.
We are explorers, and I mean we're not going to do this whole thing.
Okay.
This is about 3/4 of a mile.
Okay.
And we are open. It's free to visit here. We're a nonprofit. You can come and walk on this trail. There's the other small trail over there where you guys were before, too.
And it looks like so relaxing and beautiful. I mean, what a great day to take a hike.
Well, you picked a
Beautiful.
good day, too.
Clearly. But I guess it's not always a great day.
Well, it's always a great day, but it's often usually a hot day.
It could be,
also.
yes, very hot. It's not hot
Blessed
today at
with
all.
clouds today.
But this
Yeah.
is a really nice. It was a
Yeah.
perfect day for field trips.
Yeah. Yes, this is the perfect day for this.
So, oh look, we do have a flower in bloom. It's winter time, but spring is starting to be sprung.
Very clearly, yes.
Are they? Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm starting to notice that too. This is called a phase palafox.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, just gorgeous.
Wow.
And what makes a field station kind of different than like a park or something is that we have these really long-term research projects. So for example, there's all these different species of flowers here, and researchers have been observing them and observing insects visiting them for decade after decade after decade.
Yeah.
So we now have something called the Flower Visitor Network, and it has something like 11,000 observations in it
Okay.
of times an insect was seen on a flower.
Right. Wow.
And-
That's so cool.
Well,
So they can tell who's pollinating what, and
yes,
yeah.
but it goes more complex because it's not just what visits that one flower. it's the whole system.
Right.
Because an insect's probably not only visiting one flower, it's visiting other species.
Of course, of course.
And so you start to see this web of all these interconnections out here.
You know,
Amazing.
that reminds me, it's kind of like when you think about the body and our health, we are
Ooh,
not
yeah.
just one, like, I'm not just, what are my eyes doing? Well, they're connected to so many other parts of me. And I think that's something that people make a mistake in thinking that we are less than what we really are, which is a system. We are a system. We are part of a system. So I think it's wise to think about the whole system around you because you are part of the system. And an ecosystem like this makes that so clear, doesn't it?
Yeah, are you looking for a job? We could sign you up.
Yeah, right. Why not? Why not? Yeah, I love stuff like this.
I think that's 100% right.
Yeah, right. Our bodies are like, they all have these specialties. I think that's so crazy because we are, like they say, holistic health, and they downplay it, but we are part of a whole. We're just a little part of a system of an entire big thing. But yeah.
Yeah, our researchers don't study human health, but like definitely there's a lot of people out there studying the mind-gut connection and those types of things.
I mean, it starts right here.
Yeah.
Really, because we should be getting our food from these plants, not a factory.
Well, you can only start to figure out the complexity if you have a long time. And imagine if you wanted to understand humans and you were an alien from another planet.
Right, it'd take a while.
Take a while.
Yeah, we
One
still
human
haven't figured it out.
They live for 80 years.
Yeah, very
and you
good
need to watch
point.
them go through all of that over and over again.
Exactly, and something like this, which started in 1941, you have a nice head start.
Very
Jump
good.
on
You've
that.
got our-
so
yeah,
yeah. So this has been around for such a long time that people really do know what they're doing here.
We're at least we're starting to figure it out.
Right, yeah, right. You got a handle on it. You're getting the handle on it. Like, what is this, and why is there a blue band around it?
Whenever you're walking around at ARCHBOLD, you're gonna stumble across little flags like this. You might see something on the ground, a little metal tag with a number on it.
Like that over
Sometime-
there?
oh,
That number
no,
one?
no, not that one.
Oh,
That
not
was because it's
one.
an nature trail.
Oh, that's a really obvious one. Okay.
But you might find that. You might
Yeah.
see an antenna,
Okay.
all kinds of little
Let's
bits
go
of
look.
evidence that there's some kind of research project going
That's
on.
research.
And
Okay.
I don't know why that blue one is there.
Okay, all right.
But we have about
But
75
there's a reason
people.
for everything, right? 75 people work here.
About 75 people who work here.
Wow.
They're not all scientists, but a lot of them are. And then we have visiting researchers as well. So when you're walking around, like, I never know what actual project is
Okay.
going on right there.
Oh, okay.
But the whole place is an outdoor laboratory.
Sure.
And we're studying a lot of specific things like certain plants or certain animals. But we're also flying drones and filming
Ooh,
everything from
wow.
above and doing all kinds of different research projects with that.
Oh, I want to get a drone so bad.
So that's what makes it not just biology but ecology.
Yeah.
So it's not just the one organism, it's the whole.
Right, it's
all
the
the
whole
connections.
system. You're doing it right, Dustin. You're doing it right.
So this is a sand pine, and this is one of those that's an example of where fire opens up the pine cones.
Oh, okay.
Now that's not the case for every single pine cone, and then when you look on here, you'll notice that some pine cones are open already.
Yeah, and they look different.
But most of them are closed up.
Oh, okay. So the little ones are closed and the big ones have opened.
So you could take those and you could stick them in your oven and they open them up.
Oh, that's so cool.
They also smell really good. The pine needles on sand pine.
Oh, yeah?
So, It's
do you want
more
to try some? I know you don't have your
closely
hands up.
related to a
Yeah, here,
white
I have a hand.
pine or a Christmas tree type pine. I know. You let her smell.
Yeah.
You ever,
Those.
so you know it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever,
I'm gonna smell
here we
some
go.
Mmm,
It's the-
smells like Christmas.
It's the Christmas tree that smells like an orange.
Yeah,
It's
yes,
very
it does.
Florida.
It's
It's got orange
citrusy.
blossoms, too.
Yeah, that's very
also
cool.
very Florida, right? This is what I use at my house for a Christmas tree. I use slash pines.
Yeah,
And they have an interesting conservation
wow.
story
Tell us.
because they are a native plant to Florida. But if you have overgrown scrub without a fire, these end up taking over.
Oh.
And so something like a Florida scrub jay, who's really specialized for the scrub, can't live there anymore after around 20 years or so without a fire.
Yeah, it's a 2-needle pine.
Wow.
So if you're
Two-needle
going to restore scrub, you go out and you cut the trees down, and the scrub jays come back.
Oh,
It's
okay.
amazing.
Wow, that's
It's
crazy. I
amazing.
love it.
You
yeah.
can't do a prescribed fire in an area that's really overgrown because it's too dangerous.
I see.
So you cut them down. But it also means that if you want one of these for Christmas, you're actually helping the
Bonus.
environment.
Bonus. You think that, you know, Christmas trees are killing not killing Christmas, are killing trees, but apparently sometimes you gotta cut. You gotta trim stuff back. I mean, it's the same with your hair, you know? We're doing it all the time.
I know, I recently cut my man bun off. I understand.
Good for you. Your hair looks fantastic. You got that nice thick hair for now.
Thank you.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
no.
Anyway, we'll move it.
You wanna
Moving
keep
right
going?
along. Yeah,
That's
moving right
Claus.
along.
Yes.
always
and,
fun.
and Clausa, because it's
Clausa.
like Santa Claus.
Well,
That's not why, but
No,
that's how I
it's-
remember.
yeah.
It's a Florida spruce pine, so it is
Florida
related
spruce.
to Christmas
This
trees.
is the Florida spruce pine. Wow,
Well,
that is so
sandpine is what
neat.
we call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
There's
that's
different common names.
No, I went
yeah.
ahead and
But it grows in sandy soil. Is that why it's called sand pine?
Mhm.
Yeah. Good
When
job,
you're walking around
Donna.
the scrub habitats, there's a lot of familiar plants that look a little different because we have scrub adapted versions
Okay.
of them. So, for example, if there's any people that are from Florida or the Southeast in general, they might be familiar with cabbage palm trees, also called palmetto, or what are the, palmetto
cabbage
palms,
palm,
right? Yeah.
and then this.
So,
Is
so
cabbage
this,
palm the one in LaBelle when they have the cat? Is that the
Yes.
cabbage
This is
palm?
a
that you're
palmetto.
eating. Yeah. So this
There's
right
a whole
here,
festival for the cabbage palm in
Cabbage
LaBelle,
palm.
This
Florida.
is the same genus as the cabbage palm, but it's the scrub palm. So this will not get any taller. It won't actually turn into a palm tree. Instead of a trunk, it just has a really big thick root underneath.
Okay.
There's two different kinds of palmettos out here. This is the scrub one, and it has the little hairs, and this is what scrub jays line their nests with.
Oh,
Nice
little
and soft
hairs.
for the babies.
They use all
They
kinds
are.
of stuff.
And then you were pointing out the other palmetto. This one is the saw palmetto.
Right. And this
Oh,
is
saw
regular
palmetto.
No, that's just
No,
that's
that's
that
the
one.
palm.
That's the scrub.
They get big.
This one won't. It looks just like it. They're related. It's the same genus.
Okay.
But in the scrub, we have our scrub version of it.
Oh.
Well, we have scrub palmetto, and then we have regular palmetto, the way I grew up. What
This
they
would be the
taught me.
regular palmetto.
That
right
is
here.
a scrub.
Yeah.
See the little teeny tiny little leaves on it?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have as many.
Mm-hmm.
It does get confusing when you get into common names because everybody in each town's got their own.
Oh, they have their own
Name for
nicknames for,
for
things.
things?
Yeah, yeah.
And some of my volunteers that grew up hunting and fishing and stuff around here will have different names for the plants.
So is this like some kind of an olive?
No, those are oak trees.
Those are
This
oak
is an oak
trees.
tree.
Oh, okay.
These are all red.
So when I say like we have similar things, but everything looks a little warped
Yeah,
or a little
yeah.
different, we're in an oak forest right now.
We're in an oak forest, you guys. How crazy is that? And again, so sandy, like you're at the beach. Literally, this is beautiful sand.
Yeah, so we've got a couple different kinds of palmettos. These are Lyonias. They're related to blueberries.
Oh,
And then we have blueberries too.
ooh.
I'm not seeing any right here, but we
Yeah,
probably will see.
that's in a couple months, right? or in
yeah,
a
I mean,
month.
there's no blueberries on them right
Right,
now.
right. Yeah, it's not season yet.
And again, here's the saw palmetto. Has the long back here.
Yeah,
done-
look at that, you guys. That's so crazy. What?
So this is Serenoa repens is the scientific name
Wow,
for
looks like it's
What Ray used to call horse palmetto.
horse palmetto.
palmetto.
Okay, yeah.
it. And
Wow.
we've done all kinds of projects for decades and decades on these, trying to figure out how old they are, how slow they grow, how many insects visit
There's
them.
another
They're
one.
Now,
amazing.
they can get really large.
Oh yeah.
Wow,
Very, very large.
really?
Like the ones down at Miguel.
Right, right.
Those were horse
So-
palmettos.
okay.
They also
Yeah.
split too. So if you follow them back, sometimes you'll find where
That
they're
is
split
wild.
off. Clonal reproducers.
Oh, wow.
These are basic scrubs.
Bears really like their berries as well.
Okay, so
These are blueberries here.
oh, we found blueberries, guys.
Yeah.
Little tiny blueberry
They're called
plants.
low bush blueberries.
Are they that
But local,
super
you
small?
might know them as huckleberries. Is another name for
Huckleberries,
them.
really? Wow.
We never mess with too much of that low-lying stuff.
There's another one of
There's
those.
too many things that resemble it.
Oh, and it could be bad for you. Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely things you don't want to eat out here.
Yeah.
For sure.
So these have acorns on them.
They will, yeah.
They do. Look.
Yeah. Oh, does it have a... Oh, no, this is not an acorn.
Oh, what is that?
So they get their acorns in the fall, and sometimes you'll find an old acorn on them. But this is an oak gall. It's a home for a special kind of wasp.
Oh, no way.
But these are tiny wasps. They
Wow.
don't hurt people.
He's a good wasp.
Okay, that's the good wasp.
Yeah, we
lives
generally think
there.
of like paper wasps as the
yeah.
one that sting
Okay,
people.
that's interesting.
So the
They're so
mom,
perfect.
and there's more down here.
Yeah,
and
there's a
there.
bunch
Oh,
of
there's
them.
the top of there's an acorn top. Oops,
Uh-oh.
I just knocked it off. So the mom lays her egg under the bark, and then the egg produces a chemical that induces the plant to grow basically a scab.
Wow.
We have something like 70 different species.
Oh, that's
of those here.
amazing.
Every single one has a different architecture to theirs.
That's so cool.
And the hole there is because it became an adult and it ate its way out and flew away.
Cute. Okay, that makes sense.
Oh, here's some fresher ones. They still have a little, well, they're still older though. But they still have some color to them.
Yeah. Oh, they come in colors.
And here's more.
It's wild.
Yeah. This plant is called a sand live oak. So people might be familiar with the big stately live oak trees of the southeast.
Yeah.
It's relative.
That's an oak. Unbelievable.
There's 2 or 3 different kinds of oaks out here.
Yeah, we have 4 different kinds of scrub
4
oaks
different
out here.
kinds of scrub oaks.
Plus, next to the building, we have another one called a turkey oak too that we
Post
planted.
oak.
Post oak.
That's what we used to call that, a post oak.
So this is Quercus geminata is the scientific name
Okay.
for it. It's the first plant I learned when I moved here.
Dustin, you must know so much. My goodness.
Okay.
I think that I could come here every weekend and get another lesson on something.
But I
Am
didn't grow
right?
up here like she did.
Yeah,
But I've learned what
you
I've
still
learned what
seem
I
like
can.
You do know your stuff.
Well,
very
at
impressive.
ARCHBOLD, when you're talking to the different scientists, some of them don't use common names.
Mm.
The plant scientists almost always only use the Latin names.
That makes sense. Makes it easier.
And some of the plants are so rare
Yeah.
that they don't have common names.
Okay.
Hog plum.
Hog plum. Here we go.
And
Hog
these
plum.
do have you ever tried these? You can
Yeah,
eat
yeah,
you can eat
What do
those.
you eat?
Right now it's not on
Okay,
there. but
nothing to eat.
They have a small little fruit.
Okay.
I'll have you come back down. when I
Yeah,
have
I definitely need to see these fruits.
You do have to be careful because they've got prickers all over them.
Yeah, we learned about that earlier. We took a little hike
Did
and
you?
we learned all about prickers.
Yeah.
They're everywhere.
Let's see. There's another fun plant I know is coming up on our left. I don't think we passed it yet.
That's beautiful. And the sunlight coming
More
through
hog
right now.
plums, more oaks.
This is like the perfect day for this.
These are myrtle oaks we're walking by. We've got little grapevines in here.
Wow.
More of the Sableetonia, which is the other kind of scrub. Oh, okay, this is the other one I was looking for. Now this part is dead. It doesn't look so great. But if we look up there, it looks real pretty. And there's gonna be some more up. Okay, let's look at this one. This one
Okay.
looks
Yeah,
real
that was a good
nice.
shape.
Here's some pretty ones.
This is really cool because you can cook with it.
Oh, what is
And
this? Looks
it's-
like not bay leaves.
It is
Bay leaf. Hey, I win the prize today.
And
It does
do you
look-
know anybody that's ever like just harvested?
I've
bay
never
leaves?
tried it. I have them on my property. I haven't tried it yet.
I don't think it's a thing that's commonly done, but you can do it.
They
You wanna take a
did
sniff?
Yeah.
used to back in the
Oh
old days
my
when they
God.
didn't have all these herbs and stuff.
You
that they did.
guys, fresh bay leaves.
Well, not
Smells like heaven.
yes and no.
Yes and no?
So this is not the same species that you get
Oh,
in the store.
not the same. Okay.
There's all different kinds out there. This one's called
Ah.
a silk bay.
It's delicious
And if
smelling.
you touch it before I ripped it up for you, but if
Yeah.
you touch one, They very silky.
Feels like silk.
Very silky.
Let's touch one.
And this is another
very beautiful.
one of those
Very silky.
sandy scrub plants. There's another bay out here called red bay, and that one is not doing well because there's an invasive insect that has given them a disease,
Ruh-roh.
laurel wilt disease.
Laurel wilt?
Mhm.
Oh, wow.
And it has killed most of them.
Oh, no. That's the red one?
That's the red.
Oh,
Smell
that
it.
one looks pretty healthy.
Yay!
Yeah, take a, looks like somebody took a little bite out of this one, so I will too.
Just break it in
Oh, I'm
half
bringing.
and smell it.
Oh, delicious. So yum. Wow, so amazing. Mother
And-
Nature.
I mean, you can keep going a lot further, but I figured we could
Okay.
right up there.
Yeah,
These are-
we're,
the red and that's the other.
let's see, we're 46 minutes in. You guys want me to walk up here a little bit? Just check out what's up here. Why not? Just to see, just to see.
So what's your favorite thing about all this?
So it seriously feels like I'm at the beach in so many ways.
Story together. And ARCHBOLD does other things too. Like we have a cattle ranch.
Okay.
They have a cattle ranch here. Wait, don't talk without the people need to hear what you're saying here, Dustin.
Sorry.
Okay, so Dustin says they have a cattle ranch here. What's that all about?
Yeah. So we're on see this white sand. We're on the Lake Wales Ridge here.
Right.
The ranch isn't on the ridge part. Ridge is really good for citrus with the white sand, but if we go to the east of here, about 8 miles towards Lake Okeechobee,
Mm-hmm.
once you get off this white sand, all of a sudden you're gonna start to see cows when you're driving around.
Oh
this
yeah,
part of
yeah,
Florida,
yeah.
right?
I've seen them.
And so that area with all those cows is also really important conservation land
Mm-hmm.
because that's where the bears and the panthers and the caracara like to roam and fly around and live in. So we really wanted to start understanding back in the 1980s, like not just a kind of untouched forest and how this works, but what about a working landscape? How does that work? So we don't study cows, we're studying the wildlife, we're studying the plants, soil, air, water, all of that stuff. And someone's got to do it. You need someone to do it. But the thing is, we can do it because we're a private company, right? We're a private nonprofit.
Right.
And we're not a government.
Mm-hmm.
So we have our own property, but then we work with the other ranchers. They might not want to have like an agency representative on their land because they might be told they can't do this or can't do that. But they, I mean, we've been doing it for over 30 years, so we've built trust with the people around here.
Right, of course.
So we have our own ranch. We have the other ranchers that we're working with, and we're doing different kinds of projects like promoting conservation easements on cattle ranches, promoting the Florida Wildlife Corridor, which is like a whole big thing that
Yeah.
probably don't want me to get into.
I know a lot about that, so we can talk about it later.
Yeah.
But yes, I agree. It's a big deal. Yeah, very big deal.
ARCHBOLD's one of the major players
Okay.
in that.
Mm-hmm.
We're us and the University of Florida are like the science hubs for that.
Yeah. So
Um,
important.
And doing things like working, kind of being like the middle person between the ranchers and the South Florida Water
That's
Management
great.
District.
Yeah, right. And you're non-threatening, so
Mhm.
yeah.
And so there's a project called the Northern Everglades Payment for Ecosystem Services Project, NEPES, and it's paying ranchers to slow the flow of water on their property as it goes down to Okeechobee.
Slow the flow, exactly. Yeah.
And you can pay, it helps the ranchers a lot because it's money coming in that they can know is coming in. They can put it into their into their budget for the year. But it also is good for the state because you don't have to pay for $1 billion facility to clean the water.
Right.
The nature will clean the water if you can slow the water down.
That's what the Everglades are all about.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Clean
Yeah.
water for South Florida.
So this is looking at the Northern Everglades and saying, we know that we have extra phosphorus in the water, and if we can just slow it a little bit, by the time it gets to Okeechobee,
filter
it'll be
through.
filtered. Not totally filtered,
yeah.
but it will help.
But better, yeah. Yeah, that's like I always say, you know, the Everglades starts up here, even a little bit north of here, actually. So
Yeah.
that's why it's
Yeah.
so important to make sure that the ranch lands are conserved. It's dire because down in Miami area, Fort Lauderdale, and the whole of the Everglades, they count on the clean water. So super important. If you had one thing you would want to say to the world about this area, what would it be?
Oh my gosh.
Just something.
Uh,
What comes to mind?
I think it's that there's a lot of special places that are easy to overlook,
Sure.
especially if they're rare. You don't see them because there's not that much of it left anymore, right? And sometimes a place like the Scrub might not feel like, oh, there's no big waterfalls or there's not a mountain there.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go to the beach.
But
right,
there are
here in Florida.
miracles all over the place.
Yes, this has been called Wonderland.
Wonderland. I love it. I love
To
it.
really understand it, though, you need to spend time there, and sometimes you actually gotta like think like you're a gopher tortoise or something, like
Yeah.
get low. But the more you start to learn about the magic out here, it's amazing. So I
It
guess
is.
that
It is. It's a magical area. All right. Well, thank you so much, Dustin. And Stephanie was awesome too. I'm so glad that
Yes.
you guys caught me so that we could have some expert point of view. I'm definitely going to have to come out here and start a series of doing shows. I mean, this place is just not to be missed. And if you are visiting Florida, I urge you to look past the beaches because areas like these, like Dustin was saying, they may not last forever. And if you do get more interested in them, it gives them more of a chance that they will be around for your grandchildren to see them too and to learn about things that they would never have even heard of before. And I think that's very special. So, and thank you, Melissa, as well, for your participation. And
You're very welcome.
you always have such interesting things to teach us. All right, you guys, I'm going to say ciao for now. Thanks to Dustin. And we will see you on the next Beach Report. Have a wonderful rest of your day.